What's going on, beautiful people? Welcome back to our channel. So today is just me. I'm gonna actually be doing a highly requested video by you guys. So if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe, like this video, comment, share with your mama, your daddy, your brother, whoever might need this video. As you guys can tell by the title, it's gonna be in regards to breastfeeding. So I have my little stash here to show you guys, so you guys can see that I've had 2 successful breastfeeding journeys, and I'm here to share my tips and tricks with you guys on how to have a successful breastfeeding journey. But before we get further into the video, make sure you guys like, comment, share, and subscribe if you guys haven't already. And for those of you that might be new here, my name is Jen, and yeah, so let's get right into it, guys. So this is a stash that I've been having for a while now. I have more in the freezer, but I just took this out real quick to show you guys on my little stash. My assistant right here. So first things first, before I get into detail, I do want to say breastfeeding might not be for everybody. Again, I am only doing this video to share what has helped me have a successful breastfeeding journey and has helped a lot of my family members have a successful breastfeeding journey. Two, I know please don't shame any moms or anything like that down in the comments. This is just for those who would love or are thinking of having a breastfeeding journey or want to try to have a breastfeeding journey because they couldn't do it with their past babies. I know a lot of times, like first time mommies, they don't have the right support or the right guidance to having a successful breastfeeding journey on their first baby, and they want to try with their second. So yeah, guys, so this video is mostly for you guys. You guys have been asking for it, and I'm finally filming it. So first things first, I have breastfed both Camila and Mateo. So I'm currently breastfeeding Mateo, and I also breastfed Camila, and I had 2 successful breastfeeding journeys. So the main thing on breastfeeding is your diet. If you want to have a successful breastfeeding journey, it's very important, your diet. So I know a lot of Latinas, we have a lot of Latinas on here, about like, about la cuarentena, you take care of yourself and all that stuff. That could be a different video if you guys are interested on la cuarentena, like what I do for my cuarentena and stuff. Comment down below if you guys are interested. But anyways, like me, right after I have my babies, I go on a strict diet, which is a lot of fluids, including water. So guys, being hydrated is key in having a successful breastfeeding journey. So on a regular basis, I drink about 1 gallon a day. I know a lot of you guys might think like, oh, I drink 3-4 water bottles a day. That's a lot of water. It's not. I'm sorry to say, but that is not a lot of water. So your body needs to be hydrated and nourished, so your body could produce a lot of milk. So as soon as I have my baby, besides staying hydrated, which is obviously water is key, so you have to eat a lot of soups and oatmeals. I want to say at least for like the first 2 weeks once you have your baby, because that's helping you produce a lot of milk. After like the first 2 weeks, obviously you can kind of start changing, from soups to like more dry solid foods, I guess you can say. But I actually, my whole cuarentena, I eat a lot of soups, which is like caldo de pollo, albóndigas, lentejas, and that's what I eat for 40 days after I have my babies. And not only does it help you for breastfeeding, but it also helps you lose like all your baby weight. So that's why I also lose a lot of weight right after I have my babies, because I'm on a strict diet and I'm drinking a lot of fluids. So drinking milk is also good. You could drink like milk, avena, maicena. That's gonna help you really bring in the milk. So actually, a funny story, when I had Camila, nobody, like my family members didn't tell me this, but you know, my sister was making me avena, so I was avena, maicena, and like caldos and stuff. So I got super engorged, and I wasn't pumping enough, so I got mastitis. So for those of you that don't know, this is one also important thing that you must know that not a lot of people talk about, but you have to pump in between feedings until your body starts getting used to like a breastfeeding routine. Otherwise, you're gonna get engorged, and what happens too when you don't pump, your milk could start drying up because your body's pretty much saying like, well, you know, you're not feeding it, like it's kind of just staying there. So then that can also be a reason to why you stop producing milk. So because it's, you know, it's staying in your boobs, so your boobs can't, and besides the infection, you get an infection and you have to go to the doctors and they have to give you antibiotics for it. It happened to me, and when it happened to me, I was getting like the chills, like I couldn't stop shaking, and I felt like I was gonna die. Like I literally felt like I was gonna die. It's such a horrible feeling, guys. So it's very important for you to pump, especially like the first 2-3 weeks that your baby is born. Your baby is also learning how to feed, so they might not be, you know, latching correctly, or they might not be eating enough yet, because, you know, they have to really work for it and stuff. Please pump in between feedings. That's really gonna help your breastfeeding journey as well, and prevent for you to get mastitis. It's a horrible feeling. Like I literally felt like I was gonna die. I told Cristian, you know what, I need to go to the doctors. Like I seriously don't feel good. Like I feel like I'm gonna die right here. Like I'm gonna pass out. And then literally, I'm not exaggerating, like I didn't just have like escalofrios. Like I literally was like I couldn't stop. I would try, and like I was covered in my blanket because I was like cold, but it was just my body like reacting to like the infection. So yeah, guys, so really pump. So back to that, and I want to show you guys the pump that I have. So I know a lot of women don't also know this. So most of you can get your pump through your insurance. Like either as soon as you have your baby, the lactation nurse will come right into the room and she'll give you like info on where to call your insurance to get a pump. Or sometimes you can call your insurance, like get ahead of the game and tell them like, you know, I'm about to have a baby and I really want to breastfeed. Can you send me a pump? And they'll send you a pump. Like that, you can have it ready. My insurance this time, I got this one, the Amida pump. Amida Maya. I really love this pump. It comes with 2 bottles. I love it because it gives you the option to just pump with 1 or pump with 2. And you don't have to be plugged in with this one in order to pump. The pump that I got with Camila, I had to be plugged in order to be able to pump. I don't have the pump anymore. I passed it on to a family member, and I also really loved it. It was the Medela brand. So I know Medela, I think if I'm saying it correctly, they do have now like a pump, a cordless pump now, but when I got mine, I don't think they had that one yet. So yeah, I had to be plugged in, but it was a travel one, so it was neat because I was working with Camila. I was working at the time, so it had like a little compartment like for ice packs, and then you would put your milks in there for the day, instead of having to put it in the fridge and stuff. So it was pretty neat. So yeah, guys, so in regards to pumps, you know, I recommend this one. I really loved it. I really love it because you just charge it and then you don't have to be plugged in and stuff. I know now they have, you know, like the ones that you just stick onto your boobs and go about your day, like doing your chores and stuff. I personally tried one. I tried my sister's, and I didn't like it because I pumped and it got full, and then it started spilling. So I do produce a lot of milk because, again, I notice it myself. Like, for example, if one day like I wouldn't drink as much water, I could notice it on when I was pumping. Like, I wasn't pumping as much as I usually do. So that's what I'm telling you guys. Hydration is key. Like, really try to drink a lot of water. Try to eat soups, oatmeals, maicena, teas. You know, I would be careful on the teas you drink though. Like, they have to be like breastfeeding friendly. So I would maybe do like research on the teas you guys want to drink before. I know my chamomile is safe. Té de manzanilla, té de hierbabuena, you know, those are all good teas that you could drink while breastfeeding. So I would just make sure on the teas before that. But teas are really good. I used to love drinking. I love drinking teas after I deliver my kids too, because it really soothes like your stomach and stuff. But yeah, so on to the next topic. Now I wanted to kind of talk all about breastfeeding in one video rather than doing like different videos. Hopefully I'm not like all over the place, and you guys get some helpful info on this. But I wanted to talk about pumping. Now that I showed you guys the pump that I use, I wanted to talk about pumping. So pumping, for those of you that are gonna like go back to work or want to strictly pump and feed, if you don't want to latch your baby. So with Camila, I used to latch her, and I used to give her the bottle because at that time I was still working. So obviously I had to, you know, bottle feed her when she was at daycare and stuff. But with Mateo, since I'm home, I actually messed up, but it's okay because I have the time and stuff. But with Mateo, he doesn't want the bottle. I didn't get him used to the bottle, so like I strictly breastfeed him. He doesn't want the bottle at all. I try to give him the bottle, but he just doesn't want it. He'll get it like when I'm not, like if I have something to do and he's home with Cristian, he'll get it. But like after a while that he's been like crying and stuff, he'll get it. But other than that, like he doesn't want the bottle, especially if I try giving it to him. Oh, he throws a tantrum. But it's okay because again, I have, you know, I'm home with him. I have the time to breastfeed him. But for those of you that, you know, have to work and are planning to go back to work or whatever, or if you just want to strictly pump and feed, I have tips for you guys as well. So what I would do with Camila, and I even did it with Mateo. So again, as soon as you have your baby, with Camila I messed up by not doing this. But like I said, I didn't know that I had to pump in between feedings, you know. So I wasn't pumping until like a month. I would like pump here and there, but I wasn't pumping enough to like store food for her for when I had to return to work, if that makes sense. So I would just kind of pump here and there just to kind of like sorry guys, there's a fly in here, it's bothering me. I think I got it out. It's back to the pumping. So if you're wanting to just strictly pump and feed, or you want to have your stash for when you go back to work, guys, as soon as you guys have your baby, I highly recommend that you guys pump after every feeding. So for example, what I would do is like I'll feed, because they every 4 hours, right? Every 4 hours, every 3 hours. So what I would do is like in between that time frame, I would pump. So if, for example, it's 8 a.m. right, and it's your 8 a.m. feeding, so 8 at 10 I would pump, because then 10 at 12 she'll eat again. So I would pump in between every feeding. So if it's every 4 hours, you would pump at 2 hours. If you're feeding every 3 hours, it would be an hour and a half, you know. So, In the beginning it's every 4 hours, but then they go to every 3 hours and stuff like that. So yeah, so I would highly recommend you pump at every feeding, before every feeding, like half, so you could have your good stash of breast milk for when you have to go back to work, or so you could have enough for the feedings. And you could freeze them. They last you 6 months from when you pump. They're good for 6 months. So by the time you have, usually maternity leave is three months. So by the time you're back, you know, they go through that first stash. And trust me, they go by the stash so quick. It's crazy. So with Camila, I started pumping a little late because again, I wasn't pumping in like enough to have that big stash. Even though I did have a big stash, but not big enough as I could have if I started doing what I'm telling you guys, which is pumping in between feedings. So I kind of ran out of the milk, so I was pretty much like pumping for the next day. So like today I had to go to work and I would pump at work for the next day, if that makes sense. And then like on the weekend I would catch up, you know, on my stash. But yeah guys, so if you guys are planning, you know, to like have a stash for an emergency or for when you're done latching your baby, and it's always good to have that stash. They say 6 months, you know, they last, but honestly they last you a while because during the freezer they're frozen. They're good, like they're good. But again, this is solely on my experience, what has worked for me, and what has worked for some of my family members and people that I know. Again, you know, you might try these things and it might not work out. You might something else might work out for you, but you guys have requested this video, so I really wanted to do it for you guys, and I finally got the time to do it, you know, with Mateo's surgery and stuff, and it was just a lot, and I honestly just, my focus was Mateo, and I didn't have time for anything else. He needed a lot of attention, and but I'm back and I'm ready to be making more videos for you guys. So if you guys would like to see more videos about me talking about, like, I don't know, mommy stuff, baby stuff, comment down below and I'll do them for you guys. That's why I hadn't done this one, just because I was like in a weird state of mind, because everything that was going on with Mateo. But he's doing so good. He's recovering so well from his surgery. And I just had another person ask me that, like, the other day to film this video, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I've been wanting to do it, just that I didn't have that drive, you know, to film and stuff, because I was so stressed out with Mateo with his surgery coming up. But now that he had his surgery, he was, like I said, he's recovering really well. Again, I want to thank all of you guys that, you know, prayed for him and took your time to send us messages and all that sweet stuff. Thank you guys from the bottom of our hearts. It means a lot. But I hope this video answered some of your guys' questions, and I hope it helps you guys to have a successful breastfeeding journey. But yeah guys, so that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it helps you and it works out for you as well, how it did for myself. And I wish people would have told me some of the things that I'm telling you guys. So yeah guys, so if you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, comment. Again, comment what you guys like to see next. If you guys would like to see more of these kind of videos, if you haven't subscribed, make sure to subscribe and turn on your post notifications so you guys can get notified every time I post a new video, because we are going to be posting more. I know we kind of slacked again because, you know, of Mateo, everything that was going on with Mateo. It really like took a lot of our time and stuff, and then sometimes, you know, we're just we weren't thinking like, oh, let's vlog this, you know, and stuff like that. we kind of just wanted to enjoy our time with Mateo, you know, prepping for her surgery and stuff. But we're back for good, and we're gonna try to be posting more and more videos for you guys. So yeah, don't forget to remind yourself every day and say, I am beautiful. We love you guys.